In this constantly developing world, people are able to connect regardless of physical boundaries. An action in a single country can have an impact on the global population. As such connectivity can also be an enabler of complex criminal activities. Crime, traditionally considered a matter of internal security by sovereign states, can now transcend traditional boundaries and often involves transnational networks. Networks which individual governments find impossible to defeat. In the early 90s, in recognition of this emerging challenge, the United Nations General Assembly, or UNGA, established a mechanism called the United Nations Crime Prevention and Criminal Justice Programme, or CPCJP. The CPCJP assists the international community in dealing with immediate crime-related challenges in a coordinated way. As an alliance of academic institutions, the Programme Network of Institutes, or PNI, has an advisory role in the Programme Commission and the Congress. Working closely with the UNODC, each PNI in various locations around the world is required to meet the criteria of excellence in research capacity to make a substantive contribution to the programme from the perspective of their regions.
UNODC takes its mandate from the Crime Commission. Under the Crime Commission, the member states ask that a group of supporting research institutes be put together. We look at crime from a research perspective, from a program perspective, from a training and education perspective, and knowledge collection and dissemination.
Thailand's Institute of Justice, or TIJ, was established in 2011 for the treatment of women prisoners and non-custodial measures for women offenders, under the guidance of Her Royal Highness Princess Pacharakitiappa. The TIJ's mandate is to serve as a bridge that takes global ideas and puts them into local practice, especially through the promotion of United Nations standards and norms related to the rights of those in contact with the criminal justice system.
Well, TIJ and I have had a long relationship, and now that you've joined the PNIs, it brings a perspective, a more global or a more regional perspective. Southeast Asia needs a hub. They need people on the ground that can work on projects from a Southeast Asia perspective. It's always good to have somebody on the ground right there that understands the culture and the nuances of crime and justice.
Since May 2016, the TIJ has been recognized as a member of the PNIs and ready to embrace the new mandate to work more closely with the UNODC and other PNIs.
Now, we are very optimistic that this cooperation, which has started before and now has been officially confirmed through the conclusion and the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding, it is also anticipated that the Institute could build on issues and areas of cooperation which are common priorities for both organizations, both in terms of research, but also in terms of promotion of very important policy issues. So we consider the rule of law issues as an important component and parameter of our work in order to assist member states in achieving sustainable development.
As part of the PNIs, the TIJ has gained international status, unlike a national body, and, along with this status, the trust that PNIs can work with different countries on issues they consider sensitive. Furthermore, as the first PNI in ASEAN, the TIJ is in a position to support the region in strengthening its mutual efforts in crime prevention and criminal justice development. It will work to reflect the regional perspective on the global agenda and simultaneously draw knowledge and resources from connections with experts around the world to benefit Thailand and this region, especially in its areas of interest and expertise, including the rule of law, the treatment of offenders, and the rights of women and children in the criminal justice system.
TIJ actually has been the attempt of the Thai government to try to strengthen and institutionalize the relation that we have with the United Nations, especially the United Nations Office on Drug and Crime. But being a PNI, it means that we also have friends, counterparts all over the world, 18 including us, that are committed to work with the United Nations for the member countries. It means the worldwide member countries. So I think we have the legitimate mandate, not only to be more proactive, but to be more able to implement the standard and norm. Apart from that, we did not go into the PNI system with empty hand. I think we are the first one in the ASEAN region, and we managed to put with the collaboration and cooperation with the member countries of the ASEAN, we managed to set up the so-called ASEAN Forum on Crime Prevention and Criminal Justice, which hopefully will be held in Thailand in November this year. So through that concrete thing, hopefully TIJ could work directly with the UNODC to try to bring in the good practices and experience from other countries. And I think in short, we hope to be able to complement or to try to help in our own way to make sure that the integration of the ASEAN community will be a real benefit to all the 10 countries in ASEAN and could contribute to the world too.
Thailand's Institute of Justice is now ready to join key global players in tackling the issue of crime and its consequences for the sake of a better tomorrow.